chasing the dream and we're in it together. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes at you probably multiple times today.
Whatever.
Testing.
1, 2.
You see my chest moving? Not you moving your shoulders. What is this?
Go together.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the 6AtePodcast. I'm Jah.
Now, Michelle.
It's our first episode, and I like to do the honors of hogging our first episode's first segment called the warm-up. So for the warm-up, we just talk about pretty much anything that might be on our minds. Not for too long, though, because I know we can, both get pretty long-winded, and by we, I mean me. So yeah, don't agree with me. All right. So I'm gonna kick this one off if you don't mind. As you can see, it doesn't matter if you mind or not. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. All right, cool. So, so I was thinking. So I was thinking about how wild my journey's been. I spent 16 years in the Navy as a nuclear mechanic, and I'm gonna be real, it wasn't always good. There were people who treated me like I didn't belong, but looking back, the experience honestly saved my life, especially considering where I grew up. So after the Navy, I jumped into the lab as a rad contact, same story, different faces. I had a manager who treated me like trash, and it got bad enough that HR had to step in and move me. And here's the thing, not only was I doing my job, I was running a big safety initiative for the whole organization, all while finishing up my bachelor's degree in nuclear engineering technology. And I crushed it, right? Crushed it.
You did.
All right, awesome. So I was chosen to write and recite the graduation poem while also being the torchbearer. And shout out to Excelsior University. That was the first time they ever did that. I graduated at the top of my class and got the safety initiative across the finish line. So you think my higher ups would have shown me some respect, right?
You would think.
Yeah, nah. They gave me a partially meets on my review. It said that I struggle with communication and following procedures. Now, we all know that that's not true, but most likely it was just a way for them to duck out and give me that extra $5,000 on my merit increase. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I could have lost it on them. I feel like, especially knowing who I used to be in the past, but I literally minutes before that meeting found out that I was a top candidate for a manager spot with another group. So here's my point. Don't let people see you sweat, all right? And don't let them take you out of character. I handled everything with grace, even when HR had to step in. I kept it clean, made the transition, and I moved on. And I'll be honest, it does kind of feel good to have a little bit of a ha-ha moment because I can be petty. But sometimes the best payback is handling your business and leveling up anyway, right? That leaves you with 60 seconds to say your piece. What you got? No, I'm kidding. What you got? Anything on your mind for the week? Is there anything on your mind for this week?
No, not really. I'm just excited, get this kicking off and, have our little friendly, heated discussions that we have with some other inputs from other people.
I don't know why you say friendly. Nothing you ever do is friendly, but all right. So, wow. Okay. So first up, I got to shout out to Unrivaled Women's Basketball League. Honestly, the first week looked pretty solid. The vibes are different from the WNBA. It's got more of a summer pro-am feel, a little looser, and the players seem like they're loving it, honestly. And definitely shout out to Alicia Gray for dropping 29 in the opener. She looked pretty much unstoppable. And I love that they're giving players more control and a way to stay in game shape over the winter without going overseas. Now, we won't go over every game, but let's talk about some of the highlights. I think it's pretty interesting to note that we finally did get somebody to break that points record.
Mm-hmm.
That was originally Nafisa Collier's record. Yeah,
yep.
She had it was 38 points. And then De'Arica Hamby, shout out to her, came out, went crazy, was in her bag, and hit that 40 points. That was crazy.
Yeah. 40 from one person is
yeah,
crazy.
Wild. Absolutely wild. And it doesn't help that Skylar's not playing.
at all. Skylar or Fee.
Yeah, which like I mean, we understand like why Fee's not playing. I'm still a little confused about the Skylar Diggins thing. I
It's a
forget what.
lower extremity like injury or
Yeah, but
something of the
she looked
sorts.
good in that little. I don't
At
remember
the
what it was.
global awards.
Yeah. She looked quite good during that. Then it was the Rose versus the Breeze. Shout out to the Breeze, man. The Breeze actually like they look good. I feel like I don't know if I would say that they're the team to beat, but I do feel like they look good. Like that's the younger team in the league.
They're fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
fresh. They're hungry. Like, yeah. I mean, they definitely are putting in their work.
I mean, you say that Paige is a crash out though. You really think
Paige is a crash
You
out.
think she's?
She's 100% a crash out.
I don't think she. I think she just tells it like it is.
Nah.
Like she said, she ain't taking that disrespect. Unfortunately, Breeze did lose to the Rose. But
we talk about the Rose. Come on.
The point guard, she was going crazy. She go crazy every game though.
After the very first season of the way they were like, she don't got it this season.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna show you who got it and who don't.
Yeah, with her tongue out and everything. She's showing off.
Absolutely.
And then the High versus Vinyl. Vinyl also went crazy, and they won that game 89-66. For the most part, I think most of the games have been pretty close, but you get a couple here and there that I think are pretty much blowouts.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, the point guard was not able to pull off the miracle. But man, not for lack of trying. Rose versus the Hive, 75-78, and that game was crazy because they were not close.
No, I mean, can we say though the Hive needed that win?
They did.
They had no wins up until this game, and it was like, if you're gonna win any game, which one do you want to win?
And that's fair too, because given the fact that that team was the only team at that point that was still undefeated, so it was literally a 3-0 versus an 0-3. So I think that was really the perfect outcome for them. I'm sure that that's going to give them a lot of confidence moving into their next games. Because I mean, come on, like you beat the team that was seemingly unbeatable and against the odds. Because, like I said, at the end of that game, she was going dumb. The point guard was out. She was in her back. It's like when she gets in that mode, she just can't miss.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the Hive, their players are starting to come together. They're starting to gel as one. Whereas, I mean, at the beginning, it was new to all of them, I want to say, right? This 3-on-3. And so it takes a little second to like get back in that, but.
Yeah. So it's not, so this league itself obviously was new. 3-on-3 was not completely new to everyone, just because they do have 3-on-3 in the Olympics. But most of them had not played in this particular format. But if you look at the rules, even the way they do, like, if you get fouled on a 3-point attempt, your foul shot is a single foul shot worth 3 points, right? Like that's not normal. And then my favorite rule, my favorite part of it all is the untimed fourth quarter. Where it means every single game there has to be a game winner. I really think that added this element of excitement that you just don't see in basketball or really many other sports. And so it's really nice to have that, because I know that I'm going to get that excitement every time, even when it's a blowout. You know what I mean? Like, even when it's a blowout, someone still has to shoot the winning shot.
Yeah, that is true.
And so I do love that particular thing. Unfortunately, we do have to talk about it. The elephant in the room, which is the WNBA CBA, which is still in limbo. I don't understand what's going on. It's starting to kind of make me feel like there's not going to be a season, which seems like a mistake, a huge mistake.
I think it is on everyone's part. Like, players, the association, everyone.
Yeah. So obviously we all know that the league saw, an increase in everything, right? They've seen an increase in revenue, an increase in fandom, an increase in people actually showing up to games, and so it makes sense that the players want more. They deserve more. I believe that. I've always believed that these women deserve more. But I also believe that there should be an understanding of like, hey, yeah, we need to have a groundbreaking change, but we also need to keep the product. And the product is the game. So if it gets to a point where we're saying there might not be a season, I think we're losing sight of the big picture.
I agree. I mean, I'm just new to the WNBA. I was just getting in it, getting my feet wet, and now to think like they maybe won't be a season this year is like mind-boggling to me, because why? We're gonna lose out on so much.
No, seriously.
Money, revenue, fans, everything by not having a season.
Yeah, I think realistically speaking, it just doesn't make sense to be so hung up on, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this, that they're thinking that it's okay to not have a season, to have a lockout or have a strike or anything like that, but at the same time, it's not my job. And so I think that there is something to be said about that, where it's like, this is their livelihood. And so, you really do have to stand on business sometimes. And if there's something that you feel like you absolutely need, maybe you shouldn't fold. But I will say this, when it comes to negotiations, at the end of the day, it was a good negotiation if both parties walk away feeling screwed over. That's a good negotiation, right? I mean, seriously, right? Like I think that it scares me to think that there's a possibility that these women are expecting to get everything they're asking for and walk away feeling just like that, like this was a good deal. No, like that's not how true negotiations work. Right. And and I'm not saying that this is the case, but I'm just saying that does scare me, that there's a possibility that might be the case. The reality is that's not how it works. A good negotiation, a truly good negotiation, both parties walk away feeling screwed. I think that's really just how it works, right? Like, at the end of the day, you're not going to get everything you want.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important to sit down and decide what are your absolutes, like, I have to have this.
I agree.
And then even within that list, you still have to decide what on this list could I actually do without?
Yeah.
Because money is money. Money is the discussion. It's always going to be the topic of discussion. No matter what they're asking for, in the long run, what they are asking for has to do with money.
Agree. And if you don't play, then there's no money. Now, I do agree. I agree. And I do feel like there should be a medium where we can come to, where it's like, okay, we will take this for now, but also put in that clause, like, this is only like a year.
Yeah,
and let's come back to the table. So that way we're not missing out on this season. We don't have players that are not playing. We don't have players coming out of college that, where are they going? Because now we don't have the WNBA. So yeah, I definitely think that they all need to sit at the table and really
figure it out.
Yeah. Like,
and I'm glad you brought
between your legs and let's make it happen.
Not tough to tell. No, and I'm glad you brought up the college aspect, because that's also something that's kind of just out there, which, again, we're not 100% sure, what's real and what's not. There's a lot of reporting. We don't know if any of this reporting is 100% accurate. But what we do know is that one of the things that came out, that, again, allegedly, the league wants to do is extend the season, and the direction that it seems they want to extend it would then put a huge question mark over eligibility for college players coming out of college that, want to play in the league.
Right.
Because if you extend it,
starting earlier,
yeah, you do run into the issue of, well, there's going to be some people that are, playing for a championship.
Yeah.
And so they just can't, like how does that eligibility actually work then, right? So that's something that definitely needs to be discussed. And as we talked about, behind the scenes, at the end of the day, we really don't know what's true. And so it's really hard to have much of an opinion. I think in the beginning, it seemed like we got too much information, and now I feel like there's a lot of lack of information. But then there's the question of, do I even care? I mean, seriously, it's been going on for so long that at this point, the only thing I feel like I truly care about is tell me now, will there be
Is
a
there a
season,
season or not?
will there not be a
Agreed.
season?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as just a fan not being so invested in, knowing what's going on. Yeah, just tell me. Like, I feel like we've dragged this on. We went through months and months and months, and the deadlines were like in December, and then we had deadlines in January, and now we don't even seem to have an extension happening. It's like, so are we gonna have one or are we not? Like, let me know so I can like finally be done with this situation.
Right.
Or yeah, I get it.
Because one of the things that I'm mostly getting frustrated with are the multiple content creators that are coming on and essentially saying that they have an update for us, but then saying that the update is that there's still no update. It's 15 minutes of my life I can't get back. This could have been covered in an email. I just don't understand. Like, why is it that you feel the need to put up another video just to tell me
saying the same thing
that
that you said
nothing's
in that
happened?
last video.
Nothing's happened. And I mean, whatever. Speaking of nothing happening, on a more personal note, I'm still mad that I haven't seen a Dominique Malunga throwdown. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why do I keep getting, teased?
It's like this, and you're like, yeah, no.
Let's just talk a little bit about Malunga. I personally feel that when I see her, what I see in like warm-ups seems to be different than what I see in the game.
Not translating over onto
Like, I mean, and obviously that could be true for anyone, but she doesn't seem very well coordinated, which is very, very, important for a dunk. You don't want to go up for a dunk. You can literally like really hurt yourself if you don't have good coordination.
Right.
And so I don't even know if it would be a good idea for her to do it unless literally there's just no one around her, which has happened. Okay? I don't mean to be so passionate about this, but it's really frustrating because there are so many times that I've gotten up out of my seat thinking it was about to happen, and then it's a layup. And sometimes she misses, which is another thing that pisses me off. Like, you literally can dunk this thing. We know you can dunk this thing. I have seen footage.
Maybe we'll see it.
And I'm not gonna lie,
Unrivaled.
When it comes to her coach, Noel, love you dearly, but I was very upset to find out that you were still going to be her coach, because I was like thinking, well, maybe if she has another coach, maybe, just maybe, I'll get a dunk. Okay. But I love you, so, I'm not saying that you're the problem. I was just wondering if you were, and that maybe if you weren't her coach, that maybe I will find out if you were. So now I still don't know if you're the problem or not, to be honest. I still don't know. I digress. Speaking of dunks, I will say that there is some footage of Ray Burrell, Rakia Jackson, and even Brianna Stewart dunking. So I'm saying there are people out there that can do it. We already know Grady can do it. She gave us a highlight last year, even though we all know that she does have some back problems, but she still got up there and put it down. So that's all that matters. I don't know if we'll ever see another one from her, just because my wife and I did read the book.
Yes.
And it is very clear to us that for her, it is extremely excruciating. She deals with a lot behind the scenes as far as, her body goes. So yeah, so we probably won't see another one, but if we do, it just, to me, makes every dunk that she ever does that much sweeter, knowing how much pain that she's in every time she throws one down. So shout out to her. Again, super happy to have her back home.
If you haven't read the book, go read it.
Oh yeah, I don't even.
It's a quite interesting read.
What's the name of the book? That's tough. Look up Brittany Griner's book, guys. Sorry, we failed you on that one. I don't know if it was called like Coming Home or something like that.
Maybe.
That's what it's called?
Coming Home.
Come on.
Coming Home by Brittany Griner.
I didn't fail you. I thought I failed you. I didn't fail you. Come on now. I told you I read it. Told you. I read it. I read that thing.
I think I will remember it with all the devices I got it on.
But I wouldn't think that you remember that, actually, because you read so many books.
Fair enough. Anyways.
So our next segment is called Streaming and Screaming. And as you can tell, I have no problem with screaming.
At all.
Nobody asked you to co-sign. Your credit ain't even that good, cuz.
Whatever.
Like, come on now. God dang. All right.
I got your credit.
Oh, man. Before I say anything, I want to say major spoil alert, okay? If you have not watched Vikings and you plan to watch it and you're like me and you don't like when people spoil it, I would skip ahead because we about to give you all the tea, okay? So don't even get mad at me, bars. If you get to the point of no return where I'm telling you everything that's going on and then you like, well, now I don't even want to watch it. That's fine, but just remember, Jah warned you. That's all I'm saying. All right. I just like
It's a fresh wound, guys.
we literally just finished it. What?
Finished.
When did we finish it? Like a week?
No, like Thursday. You went to bed late on purpose, so that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It was only a couple of days ago. Okay. So Vikings has officially played with my emotions for the last time. Okay. This is the only show I've ever watched that treats main characters like extras at the Red Wedding. Okay. I watched Bjorn get taken out, and I said, okay, this is the moment. This is how the series ends. But no, that's not how it ended. The season completely dragged out. I literally told Michelle this could have been covered in an email.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first main character they took out was Ragnar, and I was done.
Oh yeah, we took a long break after he died.
Yeah, and I was done because how is he the main character?
He's literally on the cover.
Kill him off in like season 4, maybe. Like, and we still had like 2-3 more seasons to go after that. Like, yeah.
Just give us a post-credit scene update on everyone and call it a day. That's how I feel. I've never seen a show kill more major characters and then just keep going. Like, what? Like, how do you kill the major characters and the show is still going? I'm still mad about it.
All of the main characters.
Literally all of them.
Ragnar, Lagathar, Bjorn. Their babies died.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I did give the spoiler alert, so don't come for me in the comments. But yeah, just stop. Like, after Bjorn's last stand, just stop and pretend that that's the ending. You'll thank me later. Matter of fact, you can skip to the final episode after that and then just get the character updates. Nothing of importance happens in between. Okay?
At all. And it makes no sense how it ended, actually.
At all.
I still am unsure to what happened to like the 2 people that remained alive from that whole family. So, yeah.
And like you said, So it felt both dragged and rushed.
Absolutely.
I don't even know, like, I don't know how you pull that off. How do you pull it off to where someone feels like you dragged the show and rushed the show at the same time?
I was very disappointed with that last season.
It's skill.
Well,
like so many extra episodes that really told us nothing.
There really were. I really thought it was over when Bjorn died and she was telling the story.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that could be the end.
It was giving like 300 vibe where he was telling the story.
Yeah.
But then no.
That to me would have been the perfect ending. Her telling that story, will we ever see him again or something like that? Like, no. And then, it played it out and everything, showed us. She was telling the story at the same time as everything was happening, right? And then for the dude to say he took his last breath, I'm not gonna lie, that one actually threw me because I didn't realize that
came back to life.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was what actually happened, right? Because when dude went and told them like, oh, he died, I was like, what? Did he lie? And so then to find out, oh no, he did die, but then he came back to life. What? Like, what? Yeah, that was crazy.
To actually think though that his character had like a bigger impact than Ragnar's character did.
Yeah.
And Ragnar was the lead for like 4 seasons. Bjorn was like the son. That's it.
Yeah.
And then he just came and took over the show. I was quite upset when they killed him too. You saw what happened when he stabbed him. I was like, nope, I'm done. Nope. We killed Ragnar. Now we're going to have Ivar come and sneak up behind him and stab him. Like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, you hit it with the oh no, I'm done. You're right. Finished. You was finished. And then we just didn't watch it. For quite some time.
Alrighty. So, hey guys, I'm Michelle. This is Michelle's Cozy Chapters, and here's where we talk about stories that stay with you long after you've turned that last page. So today we're gonna just be going over, the basics, the tools we use to fall into these stories. And so we're gonna break down simply as possible, the difference between 4 Kindles and how to know which one is the best one for you. Here, babe, hold these. So we are gonna start with the basic Kindle. This one is very small, comes in 6 inches, comes in the matcha color and in black. It is the great Kindle for the first time Kindle owner, or someone that just doesn't really want a lot of bells and whistles, something that's really small and can fit in a purse. And it's also the cheapest option of them all. Next, we are gonna go over the Paperwhite. Now, if I'm being honest, this is my personal favorite. So it is actually larger than the basic, where this is 6 inches. The basic, this one is 6.8. It also has a few features that the basic does not have, which are warm lighting. So if I open this up and pull down the menu, we have the warm lighting right here. So that's good for nighttime reading. This is also 100% waterproof. So if you wanted to read on the beach or in the bath, water splashes on it, you're all good, no problem. Now this one is the Kindle Color Soft. Really, you think Paperwhite, but with color. So as you see, this screen here is the screensaver is in color. Everything, the features are the same as the Paperwhite. So it does have the warm lighting. It is waterproof. The only difference, again, is the color. So this is great for people that are like really into, let's say, comics. And as you see, there's like a comic right there. So comics, graphic novels, all of that. Same size as the Paperwhite. And now for my newest baby. This is the Kindle Scribe. Now this one is 10.2 inches. This is perfect for someone who likes to journal. So you have notebooks in here. You can make multiple of them. Maybe you want to take it to school and get rid of, the traditional notebooks. Also, let's say you work in an office and you have a lot of PDF files and stuff that come through. You can write on them notes. You can sign them. You can email them off and you're good to go. And you can also use it for books. So if you do buy a book from Kindle Unlimited or Amazon, when you open it, it gives you the options to actually scribe in that book. So if you would just wanted to doodle something or write a little side note, it will actually attach it in that text where it is and not like a separate note like you're used to with the other Kindles. Easiest way to decide which Kindle is the best for you. If you don't want all the bells and whistles, you just want to be able to read, maybe have a purse Kindle, then the basic is the one that I would recommend. But keep in mind, it is not waterproof and it does not have the warm lighting. For the one who is already, well into e-readers, you read a lot, you read in the dark, Paperwhite, my favorite. And it comes in this raspberry color, there's a jade color, and it also comes in black. So the comic book reader, the graphic novel reader, illustrations, magazines, then you want to go with the color soft so that you can have all of your pictures and everything in color for you. But keep in mind that if you're trying to compare the color from a color soft to an iPad or a phone, there is a difference because this is an e-ink screen, whereas the iPads and the phones are not. And then for the select few who just like either the bigger screen or wants to do journaling or notes and things like that, Color Scribe it is. It does come with the pen. And if you write something and want to erase it, if you turn it over and you erase it, it will erase. They also have updated versions now, and they do have a color soft version of this out now as well. So that's my take on it. Paperwhite is my favorite, but if you ask him, he'll tell you he barely ever sees me reading on that one. That's my big one for me. So again, yeah, just for me, I think the best Kindle is the one that gets you reading more. Like, which one do you enjoy? Let us know. Which ones do you have? And if you want to talk about anything else with the Kindles, inserts, covers, like accessories, let us know in the comments and we'll go over them because I have plenty.
She does. All right, guys. So welcome to Peace and Progress with Jah. Here's something I want you to remember, especially if you're feeling boxed in or underestimated right now. Sometimes it feels like no matter how hard you work, there's always somebody ready to doubt you, downplay your effort, or even try to block your shine. The truth is, you can't control what people say or how they try to trip you up. What you can control is how you respond. Staying the course isn't about pretending the negativity doesn't exist. It's about refusing to let it shape you. It's about making a conscious choice every single day to be who you are, loudly, unapologetically, and with integrity. You hold your head up, you handle your business, and you let your work speak for itself. People will test you. They'll try to push your buttons, question your motives, or drag your name through the mud. I promise you they will. Don't take the bait. Don't shrink yourself or let anger take you out of character. The real flex is staying solid, staying focused, and leveling up regardless. Because here's the thing, your value isn't decided by a title, a review, or someone else's opinion. It's built every time you show up, give your best, and refuse to let anyone knock you off your path. Stay the course, protect your peace, and remember, your story is yours. Make it one that you are proud to tell.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So it's snack time. All right. Snack time is where we will play a game of our choosing. And this game today is going to be called Agree or Disagree. I have no idea what these questions are. So I really hope that, where I got the questions from didn't, fail me because that's just going to be terrible. All right. So I'm going to start it off. Agree or disagree? Here are 8 hot takes. All right. The WNBA should lower the rims to encourage more dunks. Agree or disagree?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree. I do not think they need to lower them. We have plenty of women out there that can dunk. I
don't
don't
know.
feel like they need to lower them.
I agree. I actually agree with this one. So here's the
Just
deal.
because you want to see more dunks.
Yes. But here's the deal. When I look at like how much popularity the NBA has gained, things like 3-pointers, sure. Things like crossing people over, sure. But the dunks, those are the things that really get me off my seat.
Okay, I guess maybe a little, not a lot. Not
No,
like a
and that's what I'm
huge
saying. I don't think it should be some ridiculous lowering. But come on, that would be like saying that they shouldn't have made the ball smaller.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
women's basketball is smaller. So what's the big deal with lowering the hoop just
Like
a little
half a
bit
foot or
to
something.
make it so that there are more, women that can dunk safely? Because that's the big thing when it
Right,
comes to dunks.
okay.
As much as I, was crying about the fact that I haven't seen a Malunga dunk, the truth is that I'm happy she hasn't done it yet because I do think that it is important that it's done safely.
Right.
And it's very difficult to make sure that that's done. Like, they're getting hurt just from doing layups, just from bouncing the ball around.
That's
so
true.
I think that it's important that that it's safer, and I think it would be safer. And yeah, we would definitely see more. And I think it would increase the product because no one cares. No one's sitting on their couch at home cares if the freaking rim is a little bit lower. No one cares, especially if they're seeing more dunks. No one cares.
Fair enough.
So you're changing your answer. So you agree now?
I mean, sure.
I got to get the gab. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, you gonna hit me on camera? So
they ain't no
there's gonna be
witnesses.
evidence.
They
There's
ain't
gonna be
seen nothing.
evidence. Okay. All right. Agree or disagree? Streaming a full season in one weekend is better than waiting week to week.
100% agree. I hate waiting the week to week for an episode. I hate it.
No,
so
I
much.
absolutely agree.
I have
with you.
no
You know I agree.
patience for that.
Like, I agree with that.
Like, at all.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, me personally, like, I hate the feeling of like, oh, like they left me on a cliffhanger, and I'm like,
Right.
no, now I gotta wait a whole week.
I guess I could say it would depend on what it is, right? So let's say we're like Bob's Burgers or something like that we watch.
Nah, I hate it.
I honestly don't mind the week to week
Nope, I hate
for
it.
that, but like
I want to be able to binge
shows-
it all.
I know.
You use out of all the shows you use my favorite show that you know that I
Oh
watch
my God,
over and
just pick
over and
something
over.
else that we
No.
watch and don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Like,
All right. Let me think. I can't think of anything right now.
but like,
Abbott Elementary
okay, see, that I don't mind week to
or
week
DMV.
basis. Right. I don't mind a week to week for like that kind of show. But like when we're like, I mean, let's be real, like, and I honestly don't mind week to week for our Ratchet TV. I love our Ratchet TV, but I think a whole season at one time is a lot. It is a lot. But like our shows like we were watching, like I don't want to have to wait. Like when we watch Stranger Things, why am I getting 4 episodes or 5 episodes and now I have to wait however long for another one? Like
Squid Games does that, I think.
Yeah.
The Circle when we was really into
and
that,
I think
they doing that
they're
too.
doing us a favor though, right? Because you're getting more than 1 episode at a time. But now you got me 4 episodes in and now I'm like hooked like a fish on a freaking fishing pole and now I gotta wait however long before you decide to drop the rest of the episodes. It's annoying.
Yeah. No, so I think we both agree with streaming a full season in 1 week is better than waiting week to week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We good for binge watching.
All right. Cool. All right. Agree or disagree? Leadership is more about empathy than expertise. I actually agree with that. Okay, so I agree. Okay, that's a touchy one. So I agree that I think it depends on what type of leader you are. Like for what, like, because not every job is the same in the sense of leadership, right? Like if you're a manager and like all you really do is deal with people and not necessarily like actually managing a facility or something like that, I could see it being more about empathy than expertise. But otherwise, it seems like it would have to be a mixture of both.
I agree. It definitely needs to be a mixture of both. Like, first off, I don't want a boss that has no expertise at all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like,
if you don't know what you're doing,
you don't know what you're doing, how am I supposed to know what I'm doing?
Right.
But also, I don't want a boss that's just all about empathy. Like, you have a headache today. It's okay. Take the day off. And now I got to stay after my hours to help make up for you going home with a headache.
Right. So
it definitely needs to be a balance. And I wouldn't say 50-50. I feel like it needs to at least be 80-20. Like 80 expertise, 20 empathy. Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, because when you get those bosses that is like too much empathy, that care too much, then you end up with them workers that half-ass their job because they're like, well, I know he ain't gonna fire me or she ain't gonna fire me or I can just call out because they just gonna, be like, it's okay. Like, and then you leave other workers like in the trenches.
Okay. All right. Agree or disagree? Viking funerals look cooler on TV than they be in real life. Oh no, I 1000% agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they look super cool. But if I think about that, like, okay, quick story. Just don't judge me. I'm gonna just start with don't judge me. All right, don't judge me. So, once upon a time, there was a fire in my house. Don't do that. We had this bird called Chance. That was the bird's name was Chance. And I'm not gonna lie. When the house set fire, I ran back in and grabbed my laptop and forgot the bird. And then after everything, I was so happy to see that the bird actually lived. However, what I did not know was that he had suffered from severe smoke inhalation and later passed away. Now, when this happened, I thought it'd be cool to give him a Viking funeral, so to speak. I'm not gonna lie, burning a bird, it smelled like chicken a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it took forever. It was not working, and I don't know if I was doing it wrong. I don't know if I was supposed to put fuel down or what. All I know is that it don't happen the way it happened on TV, and so I feel like it would be the same for a Viking funeral for like a human being. Like you're not just burning a body, bro.
You're supposed to use some type of accelerant, but. Even so,
but they don't.
I'm not trying to see. Yeah, they do.
They do. They use the well stuff.
Yeah,
is that what they
put
be
that
using?
stuff over on the sides of the boats. Think of Lagertha's funeral. Remember, they were pouring stuff on the sides of where the boat was, and then they took the thing and they lit the sides on fire, and then they let the fire go. But I mean, a person burning that would smell so so terribly.
It would.
Their
It
hair, their everything.
It
Like
would.
I could not.
Also, every part of that would just be gruesome.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Definitely better on
Better
TV.
on TV for sure. For sure. Because they don't show all the extra stuff. They just show the pretty part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. All right. Agree or disagree? Social media has made sports more fun to follow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I agree.
You know, I get all my sports stuff.
TikTok. It's insane. It's actually insane. It's like, it's a problem.
Everything I learned
You literally
outside of
wake
what you
up
told me was
and
TikTok.
immediately scroll-a-thon. Like, I don't.
Now it's reading.
The way you put that is just
women's basketball.
anyway. Okay, so I say yes. I like to laugh, so I like seeing stuff like that. But I also love getting all of my information from social media because a lot of times it's condensed. I don't have to worry about some long form like video or whatever. So I love that.
And obviously, the women at Unrivaled figured this out, right? And so they literally, their basketball clubs are all doing the content on social media, and so it gives you more of a like connection with the player as well. So
and I love that too, because it makes it like it humanizes them a lot more too. Like I feel like they're one of us. Like they literally do stuff that we do. Like I love seeing AB videos where she be doing the TikTok dances or whatever. I love that. So I'm with it. Agree or disagree? You should always confront your boss when you feel unfairly treated. Disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree with that. You should always confront. Sure, but
I definitely disagree. No,
because so I think it's important to pick and choose your battles. You don't want to be known as that employee that like every time there's a problem,
it's complaining.
Yeah. Like, so I don't think
that's how you mess around and get fired.
Right.
You don't have a boss
and
like
even
me.
And even if you don't, I'm your boss.
I'm your boss.
Yeah, that's true. So, and even if you don't get fired, you'll just be known as the complainer, and it'll be very hard to promote you, right? Like, and you'll get partially meets. And I know what that's like. But yeah.
Shade.
So, listen, I'm just speaking the truth. All right. So anyway, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. All right. Agree or disagree? NBA players would struggle in the WNBA due to different play styles. I don't know how to even respond to that. I feel like this is going to cause me. I don't want to get canceled. I don't think that the NBA players would struggle at all.
I don't think they would either. I think they would struggle with the money.
Well, I don't think
with the money.
Oh, well, that's say struggle like WNBA. That's with
the money.
First time you trying to get us canceled before we even make it anywhere.
But no, I feel like they could hang right in there and do what they do. But
and they probably, and I think they probably run a lot more plays than the NBA does. I can't really tell. I can't speak for the NBA. A lot of times I feel like when I'm watching NBA, they just go. So I don't really know if they're running plays, but I know with the WNBA, they definitely run a lot more plays. Anyway, agree or disagree? The best TV shows end before they get stale, even if fans want more. I'm so thankful for this question. I wholeheartedly agree. And what sucks is that I feel like there are so many shows that would have been considered great, like they were good, and they were great while they were on. They kind of like landed in this good space because they decided to drag it out instead of ending it when
Vikings,
they should have.
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Vikings, Game of Thrones, Lost.
Okay, we're not even going to talk about that show, okay? But I do agree, though I am one of those people that be wanting more and wanting more and wanting more. I can appreciate ending it before dragging it on more, and then now I get to a point where I'm like, well, you ruined this show for me because you just drug it out so much.
No, agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
So can you name any shows that did it right? I feel like Scandal did it right. I don't like 100% remember how it ended, but I feel like they did it right. I feel like even though she for some reason doesn't remember Revenge, I feel like Revenge did it right. I can't remember what Once Upon a Time. I don't want to lie about Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time, I think for a little bit it felt like it was dragging on, but I think they kind of got it a little bit on track, and they ended it at a good point where it was like, okay, we feel like a drag was happening, like let's end it here and not take it any further. Definitely. I think Star too.
Oh yeah,
Though I
Star.
really,
Even though
really
they got
wish
canceled though, that's a difference.
Yeah.
See, we can't really name Star.
Okay.
Star got canceled. Another show that didn't do it right, Empire. I don't remember how it ended, but I remember being pissed about like that last season. I just felt like and I'm not trying to like come for that show. I really loved Empire, but that's exactly why it's on that list for me. That as a show who drug it out instead of ending it when they should have. Like, and even if it wasn't going to end, I think they could have done a better job of continuing, but I feel like they didn't. I truly felt like that. I remember us being upset when we finished Empire and we just like kind of felt like we wasted our time. Like, all right, so that's our snack time segment, folks. Please let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of those. All right, guys, so that's it for this episode of 6-8. Thanks for vibing with us, and don't forget to hit us up with your feedback on your own hot takes. The next episode will be here before you know it, so don't miss it. I'm Jah.
I'm Michelle.
And as always, remember, from the warm-up to the buzzer,
keep your head up and your spirit higher.
See you next time.
Go together.